What's poppin'? You know how we moving, man. Titans Colosseum in the building. Yeah, my two co-hosts, they don't need no introduction. Firestone Morocco and yours truly. Let's get it. Okay, now tighten up. It's a Coliseum. Fake people, you'll never see them. Everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a DM. Everybody in the city rocking, it don't take much to be loved. I scared the doctor on my last visit with that two-tone in my blood. We don't play around, we just hold it down. They scared to play us on our side of town. Say we going through a rebuild, but are we really going through it, man? Stacking up on our receiving core, I don't see a ball going through their hands. Creeping up on our division rivals, they gon' really think that we the boogeyman. F the Ravens and the Texans, Jaguars and the Coast too. Real talk, if anybody not rocking that two-tone blue, you can catch us on a podcast. We gon' keep it real, we gon' speak fast. Always live on game day, we like Mike Keith when he yell sack. Titans Colosseum, we be chillin' in the front row. It don't take much for you to go and see him. Titans Colosseum, everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a deal.
You know what time it is. It's the Titans Colosseum Podcast. Tighten the f*** up. Let's
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast. You know who I am. You know who I'm in the building with. Fellas, what's poppin'?
What's popping? Hey, man. Hey, we got cheated, man. Hey, but we need to take a loss, but at the same time, bro. The NFL, you got at least let it make it fair, make it look real. You know what I'm saying? Like a WWE game out there, man. I'm sorry, Mark. I know that's your sport, but like a WWE game out there, man.
I ain't got
Man,
no
it look
problem.
real, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we can't catch a break regardless of what the situation is. And I know we're sitting here trying to get a higher draft pick because we know this ain't the year for us. So we're trying to do what's best for the future of the franchise. But still, to watch, see some of the old antics come back, to see how refs treat us and some of that unfair situations happen again. And even Jeffrey Simmons talked about it, bro. It's just disheartening. It's like, even if we do turn this around, are we still going to see this shit, or is this just because we suck right now? But bro, they need to get some full-time referees around here or something. Them calls was horrible. I know we're gonna get into it more.
For sure, man. The refs definitely don't want to see the Titans come up. But hey, I know everybody out there watching want to see us come up. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Make sure you go holler at our guy Wilson down in Music City Autoplex. I guarantee you he won't cheat you. He will actually treat you with the best prices within 500 miles. Make sure you hit them up. Music City Autoplex. If you can't make it down there to the lot, you can check out their inventory online at musiccityautoPlex.com. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. Bet US definitely won't cheat you as well. Firestone gonna let you know about them though.
Yes, this show is also sponsored by BetUS. If you're looking to get in on the action this season, BetUS has you covered with 125% on your first 3 deposits. Whether it's football, baseball, or any of your favorite sports like the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight that just came up and happened, you'll have more to play with right out the gate. Plus, they're offering 10% gamblers insurance to give you a little extra peace of mind. Just click the link in our description or scan the QR code on our screen to claim the offer. And as always, bet responsible.
Man, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson cheated us out of our time Friday night, though. But, man, we ain't here to talk about their foolishness. We here to talk about the NFL refs and their foolishness, man. Shout out to Chief Rand watching tonight. Shout out to our guy Corey D in the house. Andre in the building with us. Rashad in the building with us. William made it on time tonight. What's happening with you, my boy? Ronnie made it on time tonight as well, man. What's happening with you? We got Jared in the building, Esco, Angelica. Like I said, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Now, let's talk about this nasty work from yesterday. These refs are getting out of control, and I don't blame Callie at all for going off on them. Really, I think he held back because at the press conference, he should have went all in on those referees. I mean, honestly, Amy should have been right there on the phone after that game telling telling him, speak your mind. I got the Firestone. Talk to him.
Yeah, bro, it's just hard to talk about them refs in the pressers, bro. Their union has them taken care of because they'll come out here and take bank and take money out your pocket for talking how bad they are. Yet here we are critiquing everybody else on the field, but for some reason these zebras don't get the same critique and they're protected so much. So I get why he held back in the presser. If I was him, I wouldn't have had so much restraint. I probably would have been kicked out that game in that situation. When we have that situation going on, that dude's making a clean hit. This is football. Like, what else are you wanting to do at this situation? Like that I am going to make a statement that I am going to damn sure stand for my guys in that moment, and he did. But I just know I wouldn't have been able to have the restraint for him to pull back when he knew when to pull back because I was at home. I was pissed watching that when I was on the road and I was pissed watching that driving. I was like, man, there ain't no way that they're just sitting here calling this stuff and getting them another drive and then adding it's done sportsmanlike on top of it for them to get an easy TD, bro. The rest really helped them win this game.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I was happy when I seen Brian Callahan the way he stepped needed to be held back, man. I was happy because I was like, bro, the team gonna respond. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like your coach fighting for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that was some BS, bro. This, that, and the other. And the way he was acting, man, it made the Titans like they started playing harder, man. I mean, granted, we wasn't better than the Minnesota Vikings, but at the same time, man, you could see a different fight from the Titans, man. I saw a different fight from me. Because I was watching the game, man, and I'm like, I said, man, let's beat them, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's beat them. Like I said, the NFL don't want us to win this game. I said, let's go ahead and win it today, man. Like, you know, and then Levis started playing better, man. It was a different fight from the Titans today, man. And it's like they came together at that moment in time because it felt like the NFL was against them, man. And you know, I even though we lost, man, I like the effort from the guys today on Sunday.
So we got a comment about the refs and did they score for the Vikings from Sarah. Sarah, we appreciate you watching, but we got to tell you the truth. That game right there was some bullshit. The Tennessee Titans were supposed to win that football game. Will Levis played a good football game. I'm not going to even sit up here and say, well, he played good enough to win. Fuck that. He played a good football game yesterday, and he tried to make plays, but the refs was out there hating. Hell, it was like a 16-point swing with those horrible calls from yesterday. So technically, the refs didn't score for the Vikings, but they damn sure impacted that football game and helped them score them points.
Hey, I'll tell you they did though, because like when you're lined up 6 inches from the damn goal line for that shit because you're making bad calls in there, and let's not remind you or forget, and they said in the comments too, they helped them score because they put them where you can just QB sneak, and then they took points away from us as well. So yeah, they impacted. They helped this game more than the bad hit, the bullshit pass interference call on Brownlee. That wasn't shit. I don't understand what they did with that. So they had multiple calls. So yeah, they did help them score, and they helped take points off the board so they could help win this game. And it's ridiculous because the Vikings are supposed to be such a good team, and we have fallen off so bad. It's really sad that you have to have the refs help you get a dub in this situation against the team you should have swept the floor with, like the Lions did the Jags this weekend. But y'all couldn't. Y'all needed the refs' help. We understand.
We even predicted that. Well, Firestone and RJ predicted that we were going to get our brains beat in yesterday. I actually said it was going to be a better game than what some people think, in which it was. But Jesus Christ, I didn't think that it was possible for me to get this agitated in this point in the season. But once those bad calls started happening, I was like, man, look, man, we are a 2-win football team. There's no reason to sit up over here and cheat us out of a football game in that manner. RJ, talk to him.
Yeah, man, I was just pissed, man, because I just like at this point, you probably saw me on Twitter, man. I'm on there yelling on Twitter, man, all caps, like they cheating the Titans. Like I wouldn't even have cared about this football game for real. Like I was driving, I was coming home from Atlanta, And I'm looking like, man, I'm watching the game. I'm like, man, I don't even really care. I just want to go ahead and like Levis made a couple good little passes here and there, and I was like, oh, okay, man. Well, we probably gonna get beat. You know what I'm saying? We can't guard Justin Jefferson and Addison at all. And next thing you know, that fourth down stop that we got, man, and he hit the dude, and they threw that flag, and I was like, man, I said, are we playing football? Like, I'm like, at some point, man, we gotta play football, bro. Like, he hit him hard, bro. It's football, man. They gonna hit hard, man. Like, I just couldn't believe the amount of penalties that we got, and it was like the Vikings, they didn't get any penalties at all. They maybe got one penalty all game. And that one I saw was that a roughing the passer call. I mean, not roughing the passer. Unnecessary roughness.
3 to 13 or something like that. When it comes to penalties, I think we had like 91 yards off penalties. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But let's talk about that penalty that Brownlee got on third down. I think it was in the first quarter where they said it was defensive pass interference or holding or whatever they call it. All I saw was good defense on Justin Jefferson. Now, I knew some of that was going. I knew some of that was going to happen just because it's freaking Justin Jefferson versus Ricky Jarvis Brownlee. But still, though, bro, if you seen that, you was, man, that's nothing, man. I mean, shoot, if anything, Brownlee was just in a surprisingly good position to defend that play. Talk to him, 5-star.
Yeah, bro. That shit was, you're just there. You're on main coverage. You're on your press coverage. You're within 5 yards. Ball comes out outside. Like, I didn't understand that, and I didn't understand the hit. And then they kept coming up with the what was it? Illegal formation on us, bro. When they replayed those things on TV, and you're looking at it, and you're looking at line the best you can, it's like he's right next to Radin. So if you're saying he's off, then how's Radin's not off? You're only calling one guy here, but you're still on that line. They're still on the back heel of the center. So I don't. There was no illegal formation. They was good where they needed to be, and that was just one of those things. That's a perspective call, and the ref comes out there with bullshit. Oh, touchdown! All right, let's take this away. And then he keeps doing it. You finally just take the guy out because you realize you're just picking on one guy. The other guy that came in lines up the same way, and they didn't call it neither. It's like it's just bullshit how these refs do this. They need to get full-time refs and stop letting the union protect them when they make horrible calls like this. And when they miss calls and they make bad decisions, their asses get fined just like players and coaches do when they criticize their asses for not doing their fucking job right.
Yeah, they need to be able to have they need to be able to sit at the podium just like the head coaches, the players, and all these other guys and explain some of these penalties. Because them penalties was horrible. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like, as sooner or later, you gotta let the teams play, man. Like, we didn't come, them people that came to the game, they didn't come to see you. We came to see football, bro. We didn't come to watch you throw flags every other play on one team. Like, that was ridiculous. It's like they only looking at the Titans, bro. Like, you gotta be, you supposed to be fair. You supposed to keep the game fair. That was not fair, bro. You was being mad one-sided, bro. Like, you can't just call everything on us, bro. Like, we playing football, man.
Let me ask you this right here, man, because I actually agree with Marlo's comments. That game told me how fraudulent the Vikings are, and I even saw some Viking fans say this after the game. They was acknowledging like those bad penalties and that this has got to be one of the worst 8-2 teams that they've ever seen, because I'm not going to lie to you. The Vikings, they did not look like the world beaters that we thought they were going into this football game. I mean, you can look at Sam Darnold out of all people. I mean, Sam Darnold damn near got hyped up to be an MVP by some people. Yesterday, I saw a motherfucker that was out there scared. I'm just going to call it how I see it. God dang it, once he felt the first bit of pressure, I mean, granted that he, evaded some of those tackles, but I think that was on us over pursuing more than anything. But when you saw him in those pressure situations, it was some of those throws where he just threw the damn ball. He didn't give a damn where he was throwing it to. And I said, I see how this motherfucker turns the football over, because god dang, once he feels that pressure, he's just gonna throw that bitch and pray.
Yeah, he had a lot of Houdini plays, man. I didn't think he was. I was like, man, he playing out of body right now, man. Like, I mean, he was breaking sacks from Jeffrey Simmons and Sweat, and I'm like, nah, bro. Like,
That
as
Sweat
soon
one
as the
got
second
me.
half happened, that went to shit because he was breaking tackles, getting out the pocket, throwing dimes. I'm like, man, this man out here playing like he Patrick Mahomes. Like, I was like, we'll see. I was like, it is. I just don't see it, man. They talking about the Titans picking this dude up next year, man. Nah, bro. I'd rather just keep Levis. We're gonna get him. Like Levis look better than he did,
Leave Sam Darnold alone. God dang it. If Vikings want to pay him to come back, for insurance, hey, let them do what they do. But as far as him coming to Tennessee, nah, keep that right there. I'm good on it.
He ain't gonna have too many opportunities. Like he's a backup. Like he's doing good for what he's supposed to do, and he's having higher expectations of what they was. But JJ is clearly going to be the guy for them, and he's at least showing them that you are a good QB away from having a team done right. If you tweak a few other things, but that's what it is. Like you're supposed to be. You should have came in here and beat us like like the Lions beat us. You should have came in here and beat us like the Chargers beat us. Like you should have came in here and this could have been an easy thing for you. So these refs making these calls, and it ain't just us. Like this is a moment that it's shown. They're doing this to a lot of other teams and making bad call. Like the referee call league wide is getting bad, and that's why we need full-time refs, and we need a system that sits there and actually holds these guys accountable, that if they make a bad call, because like when you get a penalty as a player, you get fined for that. It ain't just a flag on the field. No, there's a fine letter waiting for you Monday morning on your locker. So why isn't it, if a ref makes a bad call and for damn sure it dictates the game, but just making a bad call, period, why isn't this guy having some type of penalty other than you can't say nothing, you can't acknowledge it, move on, and then this shit constantly repeats to happen. When we can't acknowledge a problem and can't correct it, it's inevitably going to continue to happen.
Man, do y'all believe that they were trying to make sure the Vikings have a good record by the time they see the Lions again? Because I just felt like it's just something weird to me. Because I'm like, why did they call it a game like that? It was like a real conspiracy theory to me after that game. Because I was like, man, it's like they felt like the Titans were probably going to beat them, but at the same time they were doing everything they could to prevent it. And it was like, what are they setting them up for? And I was like, let me go look at their schedule, and I see that they right now they're fighting with the Lions to try, and they play the Lions at the end of the season. If y'all didn't know that, the last game of the season, so I think they trying to set that up to be the win and win the division type matchup that they want, man. Because I don't know what's going on, man. That game felt very weird, bro. Very rigged. Very. I just never seen a game get called like that. Like it was just. That was one of the worst officiating jobs I've ever seen in a football game. And I've watched a lot of football for pretty much my whole entire life, and I've never seen a team get cheated this hard the entire game. Now, I've seen it happen at the end of a game. I've seen it happen. Like, I get that somebody probably going to bring up the Saints and Rams. Like, nah, like they didn't cheat them the whole entire game. It was just one call. Like, we was getting cheated throughout they were trying their best to make sure the Tennessee Titans don't win this football game. And it was clear and obvious, man. It was there.
Man, look, man, Kansas City ain't ever got that level of help from the NFL refs. And not gonna lie, I mean, I gotta toot my own horn for a little bit right now, but I did call it after that 98-yard touchdown pass. Will Levis threw the NWI, in which we've got to give NWI his flowers before I toot my horn on this foolishness. Man, look, man, NWI, and we've been said this over the last few weeks. RJ been defending, vouching for NWI, hell, since, god dang it. But
about 3 years now.
NWI, all he does is show up and do his job whenever he's called on. NWI needs to be a part of the future of this football team. They need to have him a 3-year contract ready at the end of this season. Make sure NWI doesn't leave Tennessee. Firestone, give NWI his flowers.
I have been, and I'm gonna give him more flowers. If you don't remember the show before the game, you asked, can you bet on NWI scoring an anytime touchdown this game? I said, yeah. Why? He's the most consistent guy we've had on the field, and sure enough, he. I wasn't expecting no 98 yarder from this guy. I didn't expect to tie the team's franchise record for the longest pass play ever. So like NWI has slowly been the guy that Titans fan have always questioned and like kind of put in bad. It's like the Batman. It ain't the superhero you want, but it's the superhero you got. It ain't the wide receiver we wanted, but it's the wide receiver we got. And NWI puts in the work and shows up every single season, bro. So you got to give him his props. You got to give him his flowers. You got to give him a contract. The problem is NWI is showing his worth not only to us, but to the entire league now. And it's a league that really is needing a good slot receiver. And NWI has proven to being a good, reliable wide receiver in the slot position, regardless of who the OC is, regardless of who the head coach is. This guy shows up and shows out. So I don't know if we can keep him or if we will, but NWI is definitely going to be a high market guy in this free agency.
Oh, we can most definitely keep him around. I mean, the thing it boils down to is whether he wants to stay. And which
Correct, that's what
NWI, I mean, shoot, if NWI pop outside in Nashville, god dang it, hell, he ain't gonna have to pay for anything. RJ, get that man his flowers.
Hey man. Hey, I've been telling y'all for a minute now, man. And hey, just so y'all know, CJ Beathard just threw a pick. Y'all didn't know that he just threw a pick. But no, at the same time, man. This is what I'm gonna say. Everybody that should pay attention to NWI. This man was an okay player at Indiana. I mean, he showed a little something in Indiana. He came to the Titans undrafted, man, and ever since, every time, man, he got on the field, man, it just seemed like he'd make a play. You know what I'm saying? He'd make a play when we needed. Even whenever AJ Brown was out there, it didn't matter if Corey Dave was out there. It just NWI somehow get out there, catch the ball, get a first down. I'm like, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this guy, man? It's in the Nick Westbrook Akina. Then next thing you know, we playing the Colts, and this was what in 2020 we playing the Colts. He goes out there, he scores a touchdown. He does the one little
Billy
dance,
White
man.
Shoe dance.
The Billy White Shoe Johnson dance. Yeah, he does a Billy. And I'm like, man, why is it that he always make a play? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he started getting put in a role that wasn't fitting him, and people started to hate him. And it was, I'm like, how you hate him? I'm like, man, he's playing wide receiver number one. Like, he's not ready for that. You know, he's not a wide receiver one in this league. And then obviously the playoff game, he got the ball thrown to him with three people on him. The ball bounces up and it's an interception our season over with. And he kind of got bad flack for that. But I'm like, man, he had three people on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I say this, man, that dude, man, everybody, if you want to pay a good story, man, to a guy that's going to be, I think, a very, very good player for the Titans for a long time, NWI, man. You should live life like this kid. Now, I've said this to my mama, you know what I'm saying, when I was over there. I said, everybody should live life like him. He was never given a chance from the get-go. Never, no one wanted him. No, even he left the Titans to go try to find a better deal. Nobody wanted him. That's why he's going to stay a Titan for the rest of his career. Nobody wanted him. He came on back, and he came back and made more plays. You get what I'm saying? He just keep coming back and getting better and better and better. So congratulations, man. Glad you on this team. Glad the Titans took a chance on you, man. And I pray that you are wide receiver 3 next season, man. Hopefully you're wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2, wherever they put you next year, man. Because my goodness.
Put him at 3, because that's what I'll say about NWI. Like, he's your wide receiver 3, but he can play any position at that wide receiver position. He's just not the guy you can constantly give the dominant routes to. Sometimes you can give him hot routes, and this is the guy you're looking because he should be open, but you got to have other guys that are threats, because if he's the main focus, he's not that guy. But he takes advantage of when other teams or when the defenses are focused on other guys. He knows how to find the holes and runs his routes to the T where he needs it. Like, he understands that very, very well. So yeah, he's not 1 or 2, but that doesn't mean you can't put him in X, Y, Z, F, whatever slot position, whatever position you want to as a wide receiver, and he's going to succeed in that position.
Hey,
Yeah,
cool. Go
remember
ahead.
I
Just
got
put him at
mad.
the 1 or 2 role.
Yeah, I remember that day I got on here and I was upset because everybody was saying they don't want him on the team, and I'm tired of NWI. Man, I was hot. Like, and I'm like, I said, who the hell we gonna throw the ball to? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking,
That's
I
why
said, man, if anybody, everybody, they wanted Traylon freaking Burks over this dude, bro. God, Traylon Burks is trash. I told
Oh
y'all
my
we should have
God.
traded him in the freaking offseason, and people didn't want to listen
Yep.
to me. They were like, "Oh man, Burks, man, he's Burks." I'm like, "No, he's trash." The
No,
NWI is a better
man.
player. Like,
that's why I'm kind of worried too why NWI might stay, because I know we're going to give him a contract, or we should give him a contract. But even if we give him a contract, if he's played well enough like he has this year, and like we all think, other teams are going to be interested now. You've left twice to go test free agency and had to come back here and then get a contract because you wanted to go elsewhere. What happens now when you've seen AJ go somewhere else, you see D Hop go somewhere else, you've seen some of these other players, Derrick Henry go somewhere else. If you have a team that is better playoff contender right now, yeah, Tennessee has done all this for you, but why wouldn't you go off to another team if they actually give you an opportunity this year, even if it's less money than what Tennessee is offering you?
Man, listen, Corey. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You talking about you were getting laughed at in the NWI jersey. Hell, I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready to get me an autographed NWI jersey and hang it up on this wall. I can't walk around in no NWI jersey because I'm a big dude in the trenches and I don't believe in wearing small numbers. I got to get me a sweat jersey. I got a Simmons jersey. Hell, I got to get me a Sebastian Joseph Day jersey. But most definitely, NWI will be hanging up on this wall because, man, look, man, that man is the model of consistency. And that's exactly what this team needs in a wide receiver. Resign the NWI, roll with Calvin Ridley, and get 3 or 4 fast ass young wide receivers that can goddamn get torch anybody downfield. This quarterback situation figured out, and we good. But let me toot my own horn for a second because I did say after that 98-yard touchdown pass that the refs gonna get down on us, y'all. Don't get too happy. My God, did they get down on us? I'm talking about they sat up there and watched that 98-yard touchdown, and the first thing I thought was, damn, this motherfucker deep threat too. But then I said, boy, they finna try to screw us. They finna try to screw us royally off of this one right here. And man, look, man, the rest they got down on us. They did their job or whatever, man. But Will Levis was not going to be denied. Man, did y'all see the touchdown they took away from him when he connected with Calvin Ridley? And he came right back and said, fuck y'all. Flag that right there. Boom. Who did he hit on that play, Firestone? Didn't he hit Oliver or somebody?
mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
That's another. That's
another
one.
NWI right there. Another NWI. I like me some Bryce Oliver, man. I ain't gonna lie. I knew we was watching him in the preseason. I said, man, who is this Bryce Oliver dude? Like, who is this guy? Malik Willis kept throwing him the ball, man. Now, hey, he's starting to get out there and play, man. He's gonna be another NWI, man. I see it in him, man. It might as well, man. Look, I look at it like this, man. We got a model receiver, bro, that I want young receivers to be modeled after NWI, man. If NWI can mold some of these young wide receivers, man, that we're gonna probably be drafting here in the future, man. Most definitely, man, we can get them to have to work ethic and become something, man. We gotta build a culture, man. We need, especially in this wide receiver room, like we need that one guy that we draft, man, and from then on, man, we have a model wide receiver we thought it was going to be A.J. Brown, but we traded him like an idiot. But we could have, from then on out, man, I'm tired of having bad wide receivers, man, most definitely.
Bro, because I'm with you on that. Because you let Traylon go. We don't know if Boyd's going to come back after that because he's on a 1-year contract. Bryce Oliver is 24 too. So you sit there, you let Calvin be 1. You got Bryce NWI, then you go draft a wide receiver to be number 2, and you let Bryce come under an NWI play that role like you're talking about, bro. That can work for us really well, and that's homegrown develop players right there for us too that we've actually been needing to have too.
I think we're gonna get to this a little bit later, but I really do like that Terratoa, whatever dude named teammate, man,
Hey
from
man,
man. Red.
territory. You said it better than I
Yeah,
would have
man,
said
Terratoa, man, I really liked it. I really like that boy, man. That boy could play, man. I've been watching him in Arizona for about 2 years now. I remember the first game I saw from him. I was watching Arizona versus Oklahoma last year, man, and he was tearing Oklahoma. My bad, Firestone, but he was tearing Oklahoma ass up, bro. And I said, "Who is this? Who is this Arizona wide receiver? Like this dude is a beast." And then on out, man, it was T-Mac, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, man. If we get that type of dude on this team, he is a legitimate outside wide receiver, man. I would love to have, man. And we've been missing on this team. And it would help Ridley out as well, man. And we had that young dude for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? He reminds me a lot of a DeAndre Hopkins / like it's like you throw the ball to him and he gonna catch it, man. And he gonna make something happen. You know what I'm saying? So I like that kid, man.
Yeah, man. No, I haven't been watching, but that Oklahoma game, bro. We've been bad this year, but I told you, like, this was what it's
Man,
gonna
you
be. We're
guys,
not big enough in the trenches yet. Like,
yeah, y'all
we're
still
in
got
a
work to do.
rebuild style for the college, so we wasn't ready for it. But I was ready I was excited that this was going to be the point in the moment that we came into the SEC because y'all's not going to get to see Oklahoma as what Oklahoma
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're going to think this is what we are, and then when we actually put our team together and you see how we actually fight and play, y'all be kind of caught
Come
off
on,
guard.
Firestone.
Rather
We
than
know
Texas, the
Oklahoma,
opposite.
man. We know Oklahoma. Man, Oklahoma been good for pretty much my whole life. For this probably the few years I've actually seen them bad. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It ain't because y'all came to the SEC. It's just because, man, y'all just been having
oh
a
yeah.
lot going on, bro. Like, you know
We're,
what I'm
we're,
saying?
we're
Oklahoma's a
still
blue
developing.
blood college football program. Man, here come Corey talking about them damn dogs. Man, it's
man.
Right
cool,
now,
man. Y'all got us, bro. Y'all got us,
Corey
bro.
no,
text
Hey,
me on the night. God dang, he talking shit. I'm like, I
no,
ain't
y'all
a
man.
got us, man.
balls
Hey,
fan, but hey, I had to get it. I had to get it a balls
he
fan
allowed talking shit,
yesterday.
man. They popped us, bro. They popped
I
us,
had to
bro. They
I had to get it a balls fan yesterday because I ain't gonna lie. When
I
Will
seen
Levis
it.
was showing off his improvements or whatnot, this balls fan, and he follows me. Shout out to him. Thank you for all of that. But he come talking about some trash. And I had to remind him, like, your team lost yesterday. Your team had all the momentum in the world up until the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. And out of nowhere, they remember that the Georgia Bulldogs always kick their ass. So let us go ahead and go back to the typical Tennessee balls that we are and fall back and let Georgia do their thing. I'm sorry, RJ. I'm sorry
Great coming
to
for you.
Man,
my
we tired of
ball
Georgia
fans,
too,
but
bro. I
hey.
ain't gonna lie. We tired of this shit, bro.
With them refs doing what they did yesterday, I wouldn't finna sit up there and go for this shit. I was like, fuck, I'll go to war with the balls fans today. I'm pissed off. But
Hey,
man, appreciate y'all watching tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. Man, let's talk about this offense, man, because
Oh,
it's
we got a
changing a little
super
bit. I
chat
mean, we're
too.
starting to see some progression outside of Will Levis, fellas. I mean, what has to change being in this offense? Because we're starting to see more explosive plays.
I start this one out. I think Will Levis is he's improving. I mean, as much as I hate to say it just because I want a quarterback in this draft, man. And I don't hate Will Levis. I want Will Levis to see if Will Levis is the guy, he's the guy. I can't hate the dude. You know what I'm saying? I just thought he sucked, and you know what I'm saying, for the first couple of games. But I got to give credit where it's due, man. He's playing better. I mean, it's more so his decision making is getting better. His passes, his reads are getting better. He's starting to the game's starting to somewhat slow down for this kid. And the offensive line is blocking a little bit better, too, than what they were doing in the beginning of the season. But mostly, I mean, that's probably why the pass games got a little bit better. You know, hopefully, I still want the quarterback, but at the same time, hey, it is what it is.
I'm
For
not
sure.
falling for the fool's gold again, bro. This is a guy that shows up 2 games a year and does this. That's just what he is. It's what he does. And it ain't a couple games. It was 6 games, 6 weeks of this shit. And last week wasn't a great game from him. Oh, subtract. Go ahead. Last week wasn't a great game from him. He just didn't turn the ball over. This game, yes, he looked better, but it's the first time all year Week 11, you finally made a good game, but then you throw the pick at the end of the game. And I know it's like, all right, well, we're trying to battle back this and that. We got to have a guy that's cool under pressure. You threw that ball into triple fucking coverage. That's
Man, you
not a
can't knock
decision
him
you
for
need to be
that
making,
milestone.
even
You
if we
cannot knock him
are.
for
We're
that
just a 10-point game. It's not a blowout. We're done. This is a
Man, you
10-point
cannot
game.
knock that man for that one, man. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
you
but you
can.
can't knock
Bro,
him for
you
that one,
can.
man. I
Anytime
mean,
you throw the
shit,
ball,
you got to do something. I mean, shoot, you got to make magic happen.
He did do it
Something
on
like
first
that.
down, though, bro. Like, it was
Like,
first
bro,
down.
I
triple
mean,
coverage.
still though,
Bro,
man. I
this ain't
mean,
the
you
old.
got to
No,
make
no, no.
something happen. I'm not gonna
This
knock
ain't.
him for that one right there.
No, you have to. That's the problem. We try to give this guy too many slides of cards. This ain't the Mike Vrabel's offense where only 2 wide receivers go out. This is an offense where 4 to 5 wide receivers go out. One guy is triple team. That means 2 guys are open. That I'm faulting you for that. It's first down, triple coverage. We don't have to do that in a moment. We don't. It's the bad plays. It's when pressure comes. This is who Will Levis is. He forces the ball deep and usually with a safety over top every single time. It's just what his favorite thing is. I got an arm, so I'm just going to chunk it. Stop it. You played a little better yesterday. Yesterday, but it's still not good enough to be the guy we need you to be. Because guess what? A Will Levis play is bound to come at some point. And so far, you've only played 1 game this year without a turnover. And when you step in the lineup, our sacks go up.
And see, that's the thing, man.
Look,
Go
hey,
ahead.
I'll say
Go
this
ahead,
though. Look,
RJ, and I'll say what I need to say.
I'll say this though. Look, you know me. I've been on Will Levis probably the hardest out of all of us, bro. Because one, I'm a Tennessee fan, and two, like you know what I'm saying. I was just felt so fed up with us at the quarterback position. He had a good game. I mean, I just gotta give credit where it's due. He's had 2 good, clean football games, in my opinion. And I said in the beginning of the season, if he had five of them in a row, I have to say, okay, I'm cool with the Titans bringing him back. Give me 5 and give me 3 more good games. We got the Texans in Houston next week, man, and the Texas defense is good. So if he does it against Texas defense, man, and that's the Vikings defense, the Chargers defense, and now the Texas defense, I have to give a man his props, man. That's 3 good defense in a row he's done it on. You know what I'm saying? The defense gonna figure out. These defenses have been figuring quarterbacks out all season. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't figure him out, then he has to be improving. You know.
And I'm bad about that. Sportacular, man. You know we appreciate you very much, man. I mean, you stay turning us up. But Sportacular said Levis played great. He missed the NWI Open on the touchdown. So going through his progressions is still an issue. Also, hopefully, no dogs being barked at Hart.
Yeah, I didn't get barked at. I was, you know, I said I was down there, man. Hey, man, Georgia's lit, man. Athens lit, man. If y'all ever want to go down to it, I'm not gonna go down there when Tennessee play them, bro. I just go down when they play Bama or something. I go down there when they play South Carolina or something, bro. I ain't want because when we lost, I didn't want to turn up. I'm ready to go.
But yeah, man, let's get these comments from me, guys. Man, here's my thing, man. People got to get off this whole big picture thing or whatever. I mean, game by game. I mean, take what he gives you each Sunday and, you know, form a logical opinion around that right there. My opinion on Will Levis right now is he's showing improvement. Okay, I'm not up here saying that, oh, he ain't the guy, or yes, Will Levis is going to be our guy. We should get ready for him to stay here for another 5. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is he's improving. He's improving. Where are those memes that we had in week 1 and week 2? I mean, where are those egregious interceptions that we had in the game against Green Bay? We're not seeing any of that. He's at least managing the football game. Now, his pocket awareness is still shit. Let's call it what it is. It's still shit. He's running into sacks, but also you can see that the offensive line, the right tackle position to be exact, it's just an all-out mess. I'm about ready to call that man PT. I still don't know why Jerry Stillman calls that man PT, but the right side of the offensive line is a mess. And at times yesterday, Will Levis, I mean, he didn't have a fighting chance on some of those sacks. Did you see Firestone that on that one set where Brunskill down there got picked up off the ground? I mean, I looked at it twice. I was like, hold on, I know it. And then I looked at it again. I said, this motherfucker down there off the ground.
Didn't our center get hurt? Did Levine get hurt?
Yeah, I mean, Kush got hurt. I think what it was.
The backup center got hurt too. I seen somebody on the stretcher. I walked away from the TV and I came back and I seen somebody.
Now that was Gibby. That was Gibby.
Oh, that was Gibby. Okay.
Prayers to Gibby too, man. I mean, that was awful. I hated to see that right there.
That injury was nasty, bro. You see the way his legs, it was like this. Like I was like,
but I mean, my whole thing about Will Levis is he's showing improvement. And if he continues to improve, I mean, you might need to prepare yourself for Will Levis being here, starting for at least another season. I mean, it wouldn't hurt me at all because I'm not fanned out over Shedeur. I'm not fanned out over Cam Ward. I'm not fanned out about any of these draft picks. I told y'all, once Marcus Mariota got benched, my emotions for players went out the door. I didn't give a damn about players and fandom for them anymore. I just want to see this team win football games. And whoever, I don't give a damn who it is, whoever gives the Titans the best chance to win the football game, that's who I'm rocking with. Firestone, talk to him.
Yeah, it's just we keep demanding better, and if we're going to demand better, then you got to hold these guys accountable 24/7. We got to stop giving them these slides because of one game. Like, okay, he threw for, let's see, he did what? 17 for 31 for 295. Now, remind you, he got 98 yards from that one busted play from NWI. Take away that, he threw for 197 yards this game and had a pick and had a touchdown. So, like, yes, he's looking better because certain things is like we're not seeing the memes and stuff, but that's the problem. The bar has been so low because the first 6-7 weeks of this was so atrocious that even when he's like, it's bad. Like, okay, cool. You didn't do what you was doing, but it's still not a good enough performance. You still miss wide open receivers. You still made balls with miss accuracy. Your pocket presence, your pocket awareness was bad. You're still not going through all of your reads. You're still staring people down. All these things are still there. Your foot mechanic work, it hasn't changed. So sometimes, yeah, these outcomes of play, the outcome of the play is better. But when you break down him as a QB and his fundamentals and his mechanics, nothing has changed. It's still the same. So yes, sometimes you're going to get some better plays and some things happen like that. That's why you get a Miami game and an Atlanta game. And now we got a Vikings game, but that's only 3 games he's done this in 2 years of playing in this NFL. So I'm not getting too hyped. Like, okay, well, he's looking better. Maybe we can. It's not, his foot mechanics still ain't there. He's still throwing open chested. He doesn't have what you need from a QB that's going to be sustainable in this NFL. And the longer we keep prolonging on this and not get him off and get off the team and go and do to somebody else, we're going to have a QB Will Levis like a Traylon Burke situation.
So if he comes out here, starts, throwing multiple touchdowns throughout these games, keeps the interceptions at a very minimum, and the Titans end the season, on a very, very high note, really playing themselves out of a top 5 draft pick. I mean, are you going to sit up here and legitimately say, yeah, let's go ahead, move on from Will Levis, trade up, get Shedeur, get Cam Ward, get whoever, let's just get the hell away from Will Levis because we feel like he's going to break our hearts at the end?
Well, we got 5 division games left, man. And I say this, man, like these division games going to show us. Our division going to show us that it starts with Houston, man. Because right now, man, I'm looking at Houston. Houston got a good defense, man. So it starts with Houston, man. We're going to see what he look like against the Texans. We're going to see what he look like against the Colts. We're going to see what he look like against the Jaguars. And you know what I'm saying? And we're going to play the Texans again at the end of the season. We're going to see. We still got 7 games left. These 7 games, they're gonna be evaluating. They're gonna be watching Will Levis to see if he keeps on improving. So far, I mean, he looks fine. Over the first 2 games. I mean, we'll see what he looks like. Like I said, we'll see if he just keeps his upward trajectory. Because if he becomes good by the end of the season, at least good, then they're gonna keep him for another year. I'm just gonna keep that now. But they're probably gonna either draft a lineman or they're gonna draft a wide receiver in the first round. or maybe an edge, because we probably do need another edge rusher as well. You know.
So let's
I'm
go
just
ahead
saying
and talk. Go ahead, Firestone, and then we're
I'm
gonna
just saying
talk
I don't
about
know if
something
he
else.
he will be able to do this consistently because of how his mechanics are. It's just like watch his feet presence. His feet isn't pointing where he needs to be when he's throwing. The pocket presence, all those other things, and I'll do film sessions and break those down because I need to do that. I've been more busy, but none of those are changing. So every so often in the NFL, 2 or 3 games a year, you get away with that and you get a win. But we're not trying to be that. We're trying to be a Super Bowl team where you have a guy who does this majority 90% of the season. You need this guy doing it 14, 15 weeks out of the year, and then I need you to do this for 4 consecutive weeks in the in the off season, or for playoffs and Super Bowl run. You're giving me 3 or 4 games a year maybe for this. How am I going to expect you to do this on a 4 run streak when we're trying to make a playoff run to a Super Bowl? You can't even make me a season run. And that's the problem. So his mechanics ain't all the way there. His mentality's there. He has this arm strength and all that stuff, but your base from the footwork and everything is not there, and it's not going to be sustainable because I haven't seen it changed at all in the past 2 years. I've seen it get worse.
Well, okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, Will Levis, regardless of how you feel about him or whatnot, he's showing improvement. Now, where he goes from here, we absolutely do not know. But let's say if he plays well enough to earn another year as a starter here in Tennessee, what direction do you want to see us go? I mean, do you want to see a wide receiver? Do you want to see an edge rusher? I'll throw my thoughts out there about the offensive line, right tackle to be exact. I don't want us burning a high first round draft pick on a right tackle. Hell, I'm about to the point where I don't want us burning a first round draft pick on a right tackle at all. But May RJ, is it a guy that's, in this draft class that could warrant being drafted in the first round? I mean, outside of the top 5 or 10?
I say that there's 2 guys that I'm probably going to do some research on. I do like that guy from LSU because we can do what the Chargers did. The Chargers, they got Joe Alton. They put him he was a left tackle. And they put him at right tackle. So we'll see. I mean, they got Will Campbell and they got the guy from Texas. So if you watch, LSU and Texas have really good offensive lines. And though they have 2 tackles that, I think Texas has 2 tackles that can go first round. So I would most definitely be okay with with the Texas guy. I want to see. I'm gonna watch this film though to see what they look like, man. But at the same time, man, our right side is so bad, bro, that a good right tackle automatically is a better football team overnight. Kind of how Latham made us better overnight. Just off of this simple fact that we just got bigger in the trenches. And I just know if we can fix our trenches, we can win games without having Will Levis do too damn much. You get what I'm saying? We can just bully ball. We can do these pass concepts that we're trying to do. It takes time to do, and we don't have time to make these throws sometimes because Will Levis is getting sacked. So I mean, you fix the offensive line, man, the offense becomes better.
Short arm.
Look like the Texas just gave up a touchdown.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
I just think we can do right tackle in the free agency because we don't have to have a dominant right tackle. We just need a competent one that can develop because we have a coach that can develop. So we don't have to be like before where we got to go get a guy that's really, really good because we don't know if we can develop guys. We got one of the, if not the best O-line coach in the entire NFL. So if you see a guy in free agency that some people might be overlooking or ain't the highest market of guy, but hey, he has some really upside. I really think I can coach him. I think I can develop him. Take that guy, take that gamble on that guy rather than a high marquee player because we did that shit this year and it didn't really help us or pan out any for us at all. So just go get somebody that Bill Callahan can actually develop because we don't actually have to go draft or do anything drastic for a right tackle. We got a competent O-line coach. We just got to give him a competent player that has the ability to be developed. So I want to see us go wide receiver. If we don't go QB, if for whatever reason Will Levis goes and turns us around, which for me, he has to do a lot to turn this shit around, and he's not going to do that for me. It's just not. You're going to have to come out here and almost look like an MVP at the end of this season for me to believe that you're the guy for us. Like I need to see your mechanics start to change. Until your mechanics change, I'm not going to see you as a guy, because good defensive coaches and good defensive players are going to know those mechanics, see those ticks, and they're going to prey on it, and they're going to be all over you like they've been on Daniel Jones for so many years, because his mechanics are just bad. So if we're not that wide receiver, Travis Hunter's a guy I would love to have too, especially if we're there in the top 3.
I'll say this though: if Jacksonville gets that number 1 pick, they're getting Travis. They're about to get him. They're gonna talk to Deion, try to get Travis. You know what I'm saying? So if we're not the number 1 pick, I don't think we're getting Travis. At the same time, I really like T-Mac. I think T-Mac's a better receiver than Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter's a dog. I'm not saying taking nothing away from him as a football player. Is that another bit? We're talking about pure wide receiver. Territory McMillan fits all the criteria to be a number 1 receiver in the NFL. And Travis does too. But at the same time, I mean, how are we going to use Travis? You get what I'm saying? Are we going to put him at corner and put him at receiver? You know what I'm saying? I would love to add a guy, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm scared. What if he's a Dory Jackson?
No,
man, look, man.
He ain't that,
no,
but
this
I'm
is
just
not
saying.
a Dory Jackson situation.
No, I don't think it's a Dory Jackson, because Dory Jackson was a better quarter than wide receiver. He was being used like a gadget wide receiver. I mean, you're seeing Travis Hunter, make real deal wide receiver type plays. I mean, he's out there running good routes. And to your point about T-Mac, man, look, man, we love NWI up over here. T-Mac is that times 10. Like, this dude right here, I mean, whatever you want him to do, he's going to go and do that times 10. I mean, going up there, mossing dudes, smoking dudes, goddamn killing dudes on the route. I mean, T-Mac does that. And T-Mac is like fucking 6'5", 6'6". I mean, he's tall as hell, and he has size. So, I mean, he's going to be a mismatch for most cornerbacks in the league, man. But I would not be mad if the Titans went another direction. But we have to have a legitimate answer about Will Levis, though. And on top of that, we need some legitimate insurance, regardless of who the quarterback is. Because the last thing you want is to go and draft a Shador or a Cam Ward, especially a Cam Ward, and not have a veteran behind that, because you're going to run into a situation where it's just going to be that rookie and nothing else. If that rookie ends up flaming out or getting injured, I mean, that's it. Season over. Done. Call it a wash. I want that situation.
Yeah, I'm ready on T-Mac, bro. If we get if Levis is the guy they're gonna move forward with, man, which I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm just saying that if that's what the Titans decide to do, I'm with you, man. T-Mac all the way. T-Mac. We gotta come about there with the Arizona guy, bro. So
we just need a skill player. We need somebody exciting. We need somebody that makes plays. We need that, and we need somebody that we know is going to actually be there consistently. So, yeah, I'm not all the names that's been brought up so far. I'm not upset about. We just got to go and get this right. And for me, it's not an O lineman again. We can't go O line 3 years in a row. The fan base is already checked out. You got to give us something to cheer for. You got to give us something to be excited for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what somebody said. Mike Evans. Yeah, he giving me Mike Evans vibes, man. You just throw it up to Mike Evans is a 1,000-yard receiver every single year. And I feel like I get those same type of vibes from that man. Like he plays it so technically sound. He can run every route in the route tree, man. He's a great route runner. He's tall, so he can make acrobatic catches. Like I seen one catch, dude caught it with one hand. Like it was nasty. Like he did like that. It caught it, man. Like I mean, it was just the stuff he was doing. I was like, man, yeah, he's gonna be a beast. He's gonna be a beast.
I gotta say something to Jared real quick. Get your head out of Shador and Cam's ass, and you'll know exactly who T-Mac is, man. I mean, I'm not no daggone college football expert myself, but when it comes to these top draft picks, I stay familiar with those guys. And look, man, I'm not gonna slaughter his name, but god dang it, T-Mac, he that dude for real. Get your head out of Shador's ass and watch some T-Mac film, and you'll see exactly what we talking about. Hey, fellas, we got to talk about something else too, man, because we're back on this whole thing about Nissan Stadium being an unofficial home game for opposing teams. And I'm glad Callie said what he said. I'm getting the echo. Real
Yeah,
bad.
me too.
Yeah, so you're going to have to bear with me. But I'm glad Kelly said what he said in the press conference today, because it's up to the Titans to put a product on the field to where fans want to show up for it. Nobody wants to come see a bad football team. And I'm not going to sit up here and blame the fan base for not coming out to watch these football games. I mean, if you going out there watching them or whatever, tailgating, living life in Nissan Stadium, loud and proud and all of that, I mean, hey, salute to you. But it don't make you any less than a fan if you're not coming to the football games. Times are hard right now. I don't know about y'all or whatever. Some of y'all may be some rich ass motherfuckers, but me, I'm no rich ass motherfucker. I mean, paying for parking, paying for everything once you get inside the stadium. I mean, it takes a toll on your pocket. And if your football team is doing bad, you're going to find other things to do on the Sunday. You're going to try to save some money on a Sunday or on a game day. You're not going to be as invested to go out there and watch a bad football team. And even when this football team gets good, you know what's going on in Nashville right now. Nashville is a transplant city. We have a bunch of different fan bases here. Hell, before the Titans came here, it was a bunch of Colts fans, bunch of Steelers fans, bunch of Cowboys fans. You name all those historic franchises, god dang it, they got a big-ass following in Nashville. So this is going to be a problem for a very long time. Even if the Titans look up and win a Super Bowl, it's going to be a problem. You don't believe me? Look what's going on in LA with the Rams. They got a whole Super Bowl up over there that they just won 2 or 3 years ago, and they still having this problem. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just worried about putting a good.
Let me go and cook this comment, bro. Because this dude right here, he ain't making no sense. He said that dude is playing against nobody in that conference at midnight on a Saturday. Don't he play in the same? What do you think Shador doing? That's what I'm saying. He playing in the same conference as Shador. And Travis Hunter, the same. He playing in that same conference. What is he talking about? Like, man, he just cooking up in that conference, the same conference Shador and them cooking up. Like, what you mean?
Let's get back on topic, man.
Yeah, what you mean? I had to cook that one, bro. That was a fail.
Exactly. Firestone, how you feel about the unofficial home games for opposing teams in Nissan Stadium?
Well, man, I've been saying this all year, that when your team comes out here and plays like this, how do you expect your fans to show up and spend their hard-earned money? And at this time, there was $200-$300 a ticket. If you're sitting up there in a nosebleed, it's $100 plus a ticket in nosebleed. So, and then like you said, you got parking, you got the toll it takes on your body, walking and dealing with all that all day long, trying to get out of traffic, the gas to do it, the parking, the food, all that comes into play. If you're coming from out of town, the hotel stay, there's a lot of money that goes into that just to watch my team be pathetic. Like, I'm not going to do that. I at least bare minimum need you to be entertaining. I get we're not going to win them all. We're not going to win every home game. We're going to lose some. But damn it, be entertaining bare minimum. And y'all's not. Y'all's being atrocious to watch as a Titans fan. It might be entertaining as other fans to watch because this shit's so fucking funny to watch. But it's not funny as us being Titans fans to watch our team be like this after we worked so hard during the Vrabel era to try to get back respect to this franchise. And then within a year, it seems like we're losing all that shit that we've worked so hard for as a franchise for the past 6, 7, 8 years to try to regain this new culture. I just don't. I understand it, and it ain't until the team actually comes out here and shows and demand that the fans need to come out here and see them play because the show that they're putting on this turf other fans are going to come and take over Nissan Stadium and watch their teams because their teams are looking good.
Just like Chief Red said, man, Nashville is a destination city. I mean, this what comes with being a fan of a team that's a destination city. RJ, how you feel about the situation, man? I mean, do you blame fans for not coming to the games like that, or do you blame the Titans?
I definitely look at the same time, man. Let's keep it 100, man. We are a destination city. I went to the Packers game, man, this year, man, and it was pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? It was every time the Packers made a play, man, they the loudest people in the stadium yelling, "Go Pack, go!" You know. But I say this though, one thing is just because the Titans Stadium experience isn't amazing. Like, let's keep it 100, man. We outdoors. You know what I'm saying? It's hot, it's cold, you know what I'm saying? It rains, you know what I'm saying? Once we get this dome, I think it's going to get a little bit better with Titan fans just because we're going to be indoors. It's going to be people are going to want to go there. Hopefully the park is a little bit better, man. They need to build some parking garages right next to the stadium or something.
I think they're going to do that.
Yeah, they need to fix the parking on it. So make it just not a hassle to go to the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go through all that. Where I park at, man, I cross the bridge, walk all the way across, man, and pass all the tailgates and go into the stadium. And I'm not trying to do all that to watch these Titans come out here and get the brakes beat out of them, bro. And so, you know, I'm like, nah, you feel me? So I just, at this point in time, man, they just need to fix the stadium experience. They just need to fix it a little bit, and maybe, you know, we can get more fans in here. But at the same time, I feel you, though, as a pride thing, I don't want people in our stadium like that. Even when the Volunteers is bad, we was winning the 3 games, man, and they still filling that stadium out, man. We need to build our fan base up a little bit more, and that comes with winning. We got to win a Lombardi. If we want to build this fan base to where it don't matter if we winning or losing, they're going to show up. We got to win a Lombardi. I mean, it's simple as that. Once we get that, man, I'm telling you, a lot of things are going to change about this franchise. No.
Yeah, I agree with top tier too. My bad, Firestone. I agree with top tier too. Yeah, we don't have faith either. They also need a face. I mean, we had Derrick Henry, but I mean, that isn't, you know, the type of face that's going to put us over the top. Man, we done some damn good things with Derrick Henry. I'm not going to sit up here over here and shit on his legacy like some people do, but we need a damn quarterback to be the face of our franchise. We're not going to get back into this whole Will Levis discussion, though. But Firestone, man, hey, go ahead, say your piece.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, it's halfway right what you're saying, because they are about to fix the stadium experience, because you saw how this new stadium looks. There's multiple places for live bands to be there. There's that mosh pit or arena area. They have a band behind them. Around the concession areas, they have a couple bands laid out. So it's going to be cool. But the second part of that problem is Nashville is a destination place that people want to come and travel and tour to. So all you're doing is making other teams more intense. Like, I got to go see this too. This atmosphere, I get Broadway in a stadium, so you still have to win. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're going to have this big, beautiful stadium, and it's going to be a great stadium experience, but it's going to be a great stadium experience for visiting fans if you don't have your team winning.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this: when we had Derrick Henry and we was winning games, man, I mean, the stadiums was still half Titan, half the other team. When we played the big teams, you get what I'm saying? Now, when we play somebody like, you know, like the Jazz, bro, it was about 80% Titan. You get what I'm saying? So, but when we played the Buffalo Bills, it was half Buffalo, half Titan in that mud, bro. And we was competing to go to the Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? So they, you know, so it just comes with it. I mean, we're gonna have to deal with it as a franchise until we do something humongous, and that's win the Super Bowl. We're going to keep dealing with it, y'all. So we just need to draft better, man. The draft, we got to kill this draft. I mean, it's simple as that. We got to kill it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Rand's been doing it. He's had 2 good drafts. We keep stacking these draft classes. We're going to be good. It's going to matter of time, and we're going to be good.
I'm glad you said that right there, RJ, because I was watching Locked On Titans last week. Shout out to our guy Tyler Rowland too, man. Hey, man, y'all keep on turning up Tyler, man, because I mean he one of the voices of the fan base right now, man. He doing his thing over there on the Locked On Network, man. So y'all continue supporting Tyler. But I like what he said last week about Red. Red is drafting players that are worthy of being on most NFL rosters. I forget the word that he used. I think he used rosterable players. That's exactly what he said, rosterable players. But I mean, Rand, although he isn't perfect, he's never going to be perfect. I mean, look at the players that he's drafted. I mean, they're actually, being productive. I mean, we can use them in football games. Look versus J-Rob and all the guys that he just straight up missed on. I mean, you got what? Caleb Farley. God dang it, out the league, unfortunately, right now. You got Pounder
out of Panthers. You
out
seen that?
the league. Say what?
He got signed by the Panthers.
He got signed by the Panthers. That's right. But
Yeah.
good golly, man. Caleb just
Yeah, I hate it for him though.
Burned
man.
that. Yeah, man.
Happened to him.
Yeah, man. We burnt that draft pick though, man.
Yeah, we did.
Another back draft pick we burned. Hell, we traded AJ Brown out of town and god dang it, put all our eggs in the baskets of Traylon Burks. That's not working out. I mean, has anybody heard from Rashawn Evans?
Last time I seen him, he was on the Cowboys, and I haven't seen him since.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, all of these first-round draft picks that have flamed out under J-Rob versus the first-round draft picks that, Rand has given to us. JC looks like he's going to be a franchise left tackle. Boom, we got that problem solved. Skoronski, even though Skoronski, and kind of up, shoot, God knows what we would have at left guard if we didn't go for Skoronski. I think we was at an emergency situation to be true.
Yeah, Jared definitely trolling today, bro.
Yeah, ain't nobody think about what he's talking about.
Yeah, if you remember though, to add layers to that, we had Saffold at left guard, but J-Rob wouldn't retain him. Like he didn't want to give him the contract.
Yeah, but look at Saffold though. I mean, dude was getting injured left and right though, man. I mean, you had to make a move. I mean, you could have threw money at him, but you couldn't justify throwing money at him for being injured most of the time.
We threw more money at other guys. Everybody else on the team was getting injured too. That's the time during the Titans was the most injured. We threw bigger bags at other people who was getting injured. Like J-Rob was just that bad at doing certain things. And I think that's why sometimes some of this stuff we look at Rand is exciting now, but it's still like, okay, maybe we got some good players, but to what Jared was saying, like this team was better coached with less talent. It has more talent and is not living up to the standard it needs to be. I don't think that's a Rand issue. I think Rand has brought in the talent that we've needed and what we've asked for to be brought in here. I just don't think it's being executed on the field and in the classroom and in the meetings and the X's and the O's and the Joes when it comes to the field.
Mm-hmm. Man, they say Jared. They say they think it's Jared Steele. I don't know.
Yeah, man. He said he came over to make this team worse. How did he make it worse?
That Jared Steeleman a real fan and he here trolling, man. That would be the best.
But, he big trolling.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, these draft picks are ran. I mean, they're working out for the most part. We just need, to keep on building this thing up because for all the shit that J-Rob has took us through, it's going to take multiple years. It's probably going to take another 2, hopefully just 2 more drafts. Hell, hopefully just 1. I mean, you never know. We may end up drafting Shador. Shador may be the best quarterback of all time, like some of y'all think he is. I don't know. But, I mean, we just need to keep on hitting on these draft picks.
Yeah, so Shador definitely a quarterback, man. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I say this though, like, I mean, he comes with other stuff, bro. It ain't just gonna be him playing quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We like we said before, we're gonna have to have a whole conversation with Dion before we draft this guy. We're gonna have to get on our knees for this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes with more.
Sit his ass down somewhere. Nah, let me quit playing, God. Hey, you ain't gonna.
We get that number 1 pick, bro. We most definitely can trade up out of there if they don't like either quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's gonna want. We can go ahead and tax Vegas, bro. Because Vegas want. I know they want. You see, Vegas is trying to hire Mike Vrabel.
Imagine that one right there. Shador gets drafted to Vegas, and man, Mike Vrabel's the head coach. Dion, good God. That would be a
Almost
whole mess.
Bro, I always said like we fired Vrabel. I wasn't a fan of that, but I've tried to give this new regime, their chance, and I've been unbiased. But if Vrabel goes to another team and builds a team and get to a Super Bowl before we get competent, bro, it's gonna rile up this fan base because we've made wrong decisions before, and that's gonna feel like we made another wrong coaching decision. That's gonna kind of feel like the AJ trade. If Vrabel goes and gets a Super Bowl before we can even be competent. Not even before we go get a Super Bowl, before we get competent, that's going to be a hit. So that'll be dangerous if
think
he
that's a
goes
good
they go get Shador.
Hey,
I
shout out to
don't think that's a good. I don't think that's a good combination. Mike Vrabel and Deion Sanders and Shador.
Nah, they'll fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Shador gonna tell Mike by
I
himself,
don't know.
and Mike gonna tell Shador by himself. Then Dion gonna get involved, and Mike Vrabel, Mike Vrabel ain't going for none of that. So
Mike
that'll be
Vrabel
a
gonna
whole
force him
mess.
into his system.
I mean, that would
Y'all
be
be too harder on Vrabel than y'all realize. It's just Vrabel is just that guy that don't tolerate bullshit, and sometimes some guys like to have that
But what you think finna come with Shador? You think he finna have Moneybag Yo and them on the sideline? why they playing football?
Imagine Vrabel kicking the rappers out of practice, man.
Bro,
That
they
right there
gonna
would
have
be
rappers
funny.
at the game, bro. They gonna have that. Mike
on,
Vrabel
look.
not going for that, bro.
He is. Bro, let's
Vrabel
not
telling
act like
Moneybag Yo
Vrabel
to get
wasn't
the fuck
bringing
out.
all these country stars to the practices and Tim McGraw's and all these Garth
bro.
Brooks and all
They
these
not Moneybag Yo and Key Glock, bro.
I think that's just different because we're in Nashville. That's just a little different. Nashville, you bring out country. If you're in Vegas, you're gonna bring out different. But that's the Al Davis thing, bro. He gonna do it. He gonna do that.
Hey, Andre, Mike Vrabel gonna tell Big X to go run some laps or something.
Mike Vrabel don't even let you bring your kids to work, bro. What makes you think they gonna bring Key Glock?
Boy,
Mike
Mike Vrabel gonna end up in a rap beef. Goddamn, beef with
That was not Vrabel. You even heard Rand say that his daughter's best friend was Mike Vrabel, bro. That was not a Vrabel thing. That was either a J-Rob or somebody else thing. That was not Vrabel.
Get rid of Vrabel before Shador.
Bro, they better not hire Vrabel and then draft Shador, bro. That would be the biggest splash in all of sports, bro. Like,
bro, y'all tend to forget about
be in a rap beef.
Bro, y'all tend to forget about in the
have concerts in the locker room, bro.
Bro, y'all forget that gift of Vrabel in the fucking. Come on, stop acting like Vrabel wasn't the guy. Stop playing.
No, bro.
Defeated that man once they traded AJ Brown, bro. Stop it.
Look, let Key Glock show up on the Wednesday and see what Mike Vrabel do.
They gonna have all the rappers in Vegas, bro. They in Vegas too, bro. So you know the rappers finna be out there. They not finna know, bro. That's not gonna work, bro.
Bro, y'all forget, man. Mike Vrabel was that crunk dude that was fun, energetic. It wasn't until they traded AJ Brown away that motherfucker just looked defeated all the time. That dude was fun. He was celebrating with the guys. He was running out there with the defenses, doing celebrations, doing the bow and arrow shit. Like Vrabel had that shit in him until they traded AJ, and then just like defeated.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Vrabel did. He did stake over Henry though. That was dope, bro.
Man, he
said let Kodak show up
Monday through Saturday. That's my thing. And Mike Vrabel, look, man. Mike Vrabel gonna get out there. He gonna tell the rappers gotta rap better than they get the fuck out of here. But nah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up for the night, man. We gotta go watch the Texans self-implode, man. But hey,
they're gonna lose this game, man. I already know, man. As soon as Joe Mixon gets stopped, bro, Joe Mixon tearing the Cowboys up, bro. As soon as they stop him, they CJ Prescott. CJ Holloway gonna be out there throwing interceptions.
Shout out to Josh, man. Hey, Josh, we most definitely got a link up here soon. But
not cringe, bro. You want to see your coach a part of those things. What's cringe is watching Will Levis do Spider-Man shit that ain't got nothing to do wrong with the ping pong celebration.
That's cringe. This shit
because the QB made a play. That's exactly what I want to see, bro.
Yeah,
CJ
Winky. Yeah, we gotta go watch CJ Winky, man. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up, man. As always, man, it's been a very fun episode, man. We appreciate y'all very much. No matter if you spitting facts in the comments or trolling in the comments, man, we just appreciate you being here watching us, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third, man. Make sure you visit our website, TitansColosseum.com. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down in Music City Autoplex, man. He gonna take good care of you. He don't give a damn whether you're a rapper or a McDonald's employee, man. As long as you got some money for him, man, he gonna take care of you. Buy with confidence. Best prices within 500 miles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, go to musiccityAutoplex.com and check out their inventory. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. 5-Stone. Tell them about them 5 bets that Bet US got.
Yes, sir. Bet USA is now a sponsor of the show. If you are looking to get in on the action this season, Bet US has you covered with 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Whether it's football, basketball, or any of your favorite games, you'll have more to play with right out the gate. Plus, they're offering a 10% gambler's insurance to give you a little extra peace of mind. Just click the link in our description or scan the QR code on the screen. And as always, make sure to bet responsibly.
For sure, man. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I ain't got no problem with the rappers being in practice or whatever, but Mike Vrabel might have a problem with it, and I'll be here for it. And we'll be here for y'all this coming Friday. We got a special guest coming on the show, man. If you are in tune with the Texans and their media, I know some of y'all are not, but hey, man, we got Landry Locker coming. Yeah, man. I hope we win, man. Bro. This is the one game I want us to win. But we got Landry Locker coming through, man. It's going to be a dope ass show. Make sure y'all tune in. Have a very blessed week. And tighten the fuck up.